Welcome my ukulele friends to your very first ukulele lesson with you and Bree. First of all, I want you to utilise every minute with me. So before we do anything else, you can mute your strings by placing your hand across the strings and gently gliding your fingers along your strings. Don't worry too much about the technique just yet, we'll get there. So continue just strumming along to feel comfortable with that motion. Your wrist should be nice and floppy, just gently gliding, not too hard, like you're brushing something off your shirt. Your thumb should just brush downwards along those strings. So keep doing this as I speak to you. I know there are already so many YouTubers out there delivering music lessons to you. However, I believe that my lessons will be different. I'm a qualified music teacher who's passionate not only about teaching music, but about technology. So I plan to bring you lessons that are filled with visual and audio aids to help you on your way, because I know that every learner is different. Please do comment in any of my videos if you have any questions, and I'll do my best to support you. For the highest level of support and to help me help you, you can join me at patreon.com/youandbree. So you've chosen to play ukulele, that's why you're here. It's a great choice. The ukulele is played by many famous musicians, from the Beatles to Billie Eilish. It's a versatile instrument, it's nice and small, it can travel with you everywhere. Mine's come with me overseas. It's a social instrument, it can be pulled out, played with friends, and it's just a wonderful instrument to learn. Each lesson in this series will be followed up by practice videos, so that you know exactly what you need to practice in order to reach these lessons' goals. I'll be using a scaffolded approach, meaning that we start from the very basics and build up your skills as you go. I'll have pathways so that you can choose the way you want to take your own learning. The idea is that you can play these practice videos as often as you like and as often as you can, because I understand everyone leads a busy life. And when you reach those goals, you just take on the next lesson. I'll be here to guide you along the way. If you hit a metaphorical wall, just place a comment in the video and myself or our ukulele tribe will help you back on your feet. Comment below, what are your ukulele goals? Why did you choose this instrument? Before you get started, ensure that you have cut your fingernails on your fretting hand. Your fretting hand is the hand holding your neck. Don't wear bracelets on your strumming hand, the one above our sound hole here. If you do, they may brush along the strings. It can get a little frustrating. Same with long sleeves. If you have big loose sleeves, they'll get in the way. So either roll them up or wear something short. Relax. Probably the most important thing. If you're tensed up, you'll find that your fingers won't glide. You won't play so beautifully. Things just go wrong when you're not relaxed. It's common to start feeling tense if you don't understand something or if something's not going your way. If that happens, just shake it out, take some deep breaths, reset, start again. It can be helpful to have a notebook or a device handy so that you can take notes along the way. Ukulele anatomy. Understanding the parts of your ukulele are really important. In later videos, and this one, I'll be explaining things using body part names. It'll make it much easier if you can remember what they are. So think of the ukulele like a person. We have the nice curvy body, followed by the neck and the head on top. Up here we have tuning pegs, used to tighten and loosen the strings to tune our ukuleles, which we'll get to very soon. We have the nut, this white part here, our frets, fret markers, these circles, our sound hole, and our bridge. They are the most essential parts to know for now. There are a few ways that you can hold your ukulele. One is to rest the body of your ukulele on your thigh. Have the neck of your ukulele angled upwards. Don't want it too high or too low, just so that your fretting hand and fretting arm are nice and relaxed when you reach up. Having it down too low can make it a little hard to reach your chords. This just gives a little bit more flexibility in the wrist. When we're holding our ukulele this way, the stability of the instrument comes from your forearm. You're hugging the back of the ukulele to your stomach. So the forearm presses that against you. That counterbalances your fretting hand. Alternatively, you can hold your ukulele up high. I personally like this way. I alternate between the two. So to hold your ukulele this way, if you imagine your hand like a tick, then in the middle here is where we'll rest our ukulele, and you'll see that my forearm is holding or cradling the body of my ukulele into my body. So I should be able to rest my ukulele with only just having my forearm and my hand resting on the neck. From there, relax your hand down so that it comes and holds on to the base of the neck where it meets the body. Keep your hand rested here and you'll find that your thumb will be able to glide down that neck. So hopefully you're still strumming along while I speak to utilize every minute. For your wrist, it's really important that it's like an extension of your forearm. It should be reasonably flat. If you're finding that you have a big arch in your wrist, you're going to find it hurts a bit. I commonly see this when people try to strum over the sound hole. So making sure that you strum a little higher up towards your neck so that you have that nice long extension. There are various ways to strum and we'll get to those later, but for now we're just strumming with our thumb. Some people also use straps to help hold their ukuleles up. These can be really useful and I'll explain those in a later video. Holding the ukulele up high like this also allows a little bit more movement in the arm. Just like on the thigh, if we have angled up, holding up high, you've still got quite a lot of mobility. So what not to do when holding? Don't hold it down low with your hand down like this as well. You'll find it's really awkward to try to reach around chords. Another thing I see students do is lift their sound hole up to try to play chords, but it's just uncomfortable. You're just going to struggle to reach those chords. You're not going to be able to strum properly. I don't advise that. You will learn where to place your fingers. If you need to have a quick peek, that's fine, but practice as often as you can, placing your fingers without looking. Learning your string names. This is really important. Firstly, to be able to tune our ukulele so that you can get playing and it sounds as it should. Secondly, it's important to know our string names, as myself and other YouTubers often use string names to explain where to place our fingers and how to play songs. Learning your string names is just the very basis of learning the notes later on. The string closest to our toes is known as our top string, which can be a little bit confusing because physically it's the lowest. However, it is our top string as it's highest in pitch. From my nose, bottom, to my toes, top, we have G, C, E, A. The fun way to remember this is to use a mnemonic. I'll give you a moment to try to think of your own. So a word starting with G, followed by C, followed by E, followed by A. Pause this video if you need. I'll give you some suggestions. A very common one that's used is good children eat apples. Comment below and tell me what you come up with. Now that you know your string names, we can tune up. This is the most important thing to learn when learning to play the ukulele. Having a beautifully tuned ukulele makes a world of difference. We know that our string names are G, C, E, A. Another little thing that can help remember is a little tune where we go, my dog has fleas. Many ukulelists will know this. However, many don't know where it comes from. It actually comes from the word ukulele or ukulele, which translates to jump and flee. So that's how we remember not the notes, but the sound of our strings. It should sound like, my dog has fleas. Now I'm going to detune my ukulele. Now that sounds awful, but we could fix that. When tuning your ukulele, make sure you're making a constant sound. I see people make a sound, stop it, twist the peg. Make a sound, stop it, twist the peg. This is guesswork and it's not accurate and you've got a greater risk at snapping a string. I also sometimes see people picking away the string and turning and turning and turning a peg and this isn't moving. Sometimes people turn the wrong peg for the wrong string. So just make sure the peg that you're turning lines up with the string that's wrapped around that peg. So we're going to start with G, which is closest to our nose. You can see here that I've got the letter G, which means I'm close. However, there's a red mark to the left of the center, which means it's a little too low. So I need to tighten my string. When we reach the middle mark, we know we're in tune. Next is C. You'll see here there's C followed by a little hashtag. The hashtag symbolizes sharp. We'll learn more about sharp in a future episode. For now, all you need to know is that sharp is the note that comes in between the two notes or two letter names. So C sharp is actually higher than C. So we want to go down to C. Don't worry if you don't remember this, you'll easily see if you go too tight, it goes into D, which you know is higher than C. So we just backtrack a little bit. You want to keep going. C. E. And A. We want to move from G up into A because the musical alphabet goes from G back to A. So the benefit of using a clip-on tuner is that it actually picks up the vibrations of the wood, so it's incredibly accurate. This is really handy if you're playing in a ukulele club, which I highly recommend, or a group of friends, because if you're all strumming along or all picking your notes trying to tune at the same time, on a device it will get confused of whose notes whose. I'm going to be using an app called Guitar Tuner. A tuner like the fish. So here you'll see our notes G, C, E and A. I'll start with G. You can see it says -4, so I need to tighten. C, too high. E, too high. And you'll hear it makes a little ding when you've hit the right note. A. My dog has fleas. Using a device to tune can be really handy if your strings are way out. It will tell you if you're far too low or far too high. That can be very useful. It's also visually pleasing. You can also tune to a keyboard. I'll talk more about tuning to a keyboard in a future episode when you've developed your ear. On this ukulele, there are these colour stickers everywhere. These are actually chord markers, and it's something that you might want to do. If you'd be interested in a video on where to place stickers to help you learn chords, comment below and write stickers. If you're here at the end of the video with me, thank you so much for allowing me to teach you today. It is my absolute honour, and I hope that you continue along with me on your musical journey. When you're ready, visit my lesson number 2. If you found any of this video today valuable, subscribe and ring the bell so you can be notified of future lessons. Come join me on this musical journey. If you'd like the top level of support from me to help you, go and visit patreon.com/youandbree.